So we got to understand just, we're all leaders here, and we have to take time to realize. We have to take time to visualize the week before it starts. This weekend, we need to carve out time for ourselves. We need to carve out time for ourselves this weekend. We need to visualize crushing the Monday morning meetings. We need to visualize ourselves walking into a business and setting up an enrollment on the spot without even having to do a full demo, just because good things fall into your lap on PPW weeks. Just knowing that things are meant to be because this is the week. We need to visualize everybody at night, talking to your agents on the phone, hearing people over the phone just stoked that they just had their best week ever in one day. That's what happens on weeks like this. Okay? And really taking time ahead of time before the week starts and write down every agent in your agency and their production for this upcoming week. Real numbers. Just write down the goals that you have for yourself and each person and have a final total. Just real numbers and having conversations with these people ahead of time. And just know that thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. Put time, spend time writing things down on paper and thinking about it, calling and texting as many people as you can, and just ask them, hey, what's going to be your competitive advantage this week? What's going to be your KPI? We talked about competitive advantage in our staff meeting yesterday. What's going to be your competitive advantage this week? What are you going to do differently this week? That's going to lead you to success. What's going to hold you back? What are you going to do differently so that nothing holds you back? How are you going to overcome that obstacle if that becomes an obstacle? Having conversations with people ahead of time like this, guys, will help your team think, dream, and act big. And just set the stage, just know ahead of time that there's not going to be negative thoughts or words coming out of our mouths. We're leaders. I've heard Justin Ellington say this, put a rubber band on your wrist. And if you ever think negatively or you speak negative, just snap the rubber band on your wrist so words won't come out of your mouth that's negative. This week is pure excellence. This is like the absolute best version of yourself. This is perfection week coming up. Another thing, if you need to puke up before the week starts. Okay? Don't puke down to your team. Oh, man, I got to work so hard this upcoming week. Man, I don't have anything set up. Don't ever puke down, puke up. Okay? That is critically important for middle management, for field directors. Set the non-negotiables. Set the stage. Write out your pre-goal before the week starts. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. If you guys have never written a pre-goal, I'm writing a pre-goal this week. This is what it looks like. You just write out your e-goal before you actually have it done. It's critically important for big weeks. Now, do I write a pre-goal before every single week? No, for sure. But on Founders Week and on PPW Week, I definitely write out a pre-goal and send this over to your leaders, send this over to your team, so that they'll write a pre-goal as well. Speak it into existence, why you're going to have a massive week. Very fundamental. And just let your team know that they're here for a reason. Like this week, they are exactly where they're supposed to be. Think about stories like, hey, you're going to be that story at the end of the week that you're able to talk about for 15, 20 years. We're going to have that record-breaking week that's going to go down in the history books that you're going to remember for the rest of your career here. You're going to be able to talk about this week to your team and to your team in the future about this week that really changed the trajectory of your entire career path and your agency's path by this 1 week. Guys, we had a crappy year last year until PPW week. Schneider Agencies was down last year. We ended up the year up 69%. We grew 69% last year from what we did in 2020, but we were down going into Founders Week. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I was literally about to flip a gasket. Okay, I was about to short a circuit, and the PPW week, we changed our entire year last year on PPW week. So you can do the same wherever, even if you're ahead. Right now, we're ahead, but it doesn't matter because this next week is going to be monumental. But you got to have conversations like this ahead of time with your agents and how this one, if you got somebody who's struggling, who's in the crapper, this is the perfect time for them to have no excuses and to really speak it into existence for them. And this week is going to be monumental for their career. It's not just a 1 week thing. It's going to be like, dude, this 1 week is going to change your entire life. Like, this is the most important week of your life right now. And it takes a hyper focus ahead of time. And for some people, most people, we're going to get an NAP goal for each person, but there's some people that kind of freaks them out. If they have an NAP goal, some people that scares them, that makes their head turn sideways. Just know who those certain people are and have a different goal for them. It could be having your best demo goal, right? Having 35 demos this week. It could be working 60 hours, whatever it is. But there are a couple people, even in our agency, where I'm not going to be like, hey, what's your NAP goal for next week? Just because I know that when they think about NAP, they get freaked out about it. Most people aren't, but there are certain people like that. Okay. One big thing as leaders that we're going to have to do if we want our team to do it, and this is going to be a monumental impact on our week, is deleting your social media for PPW week. Okay. Doesn't mean you got to delete the entire account. Just take it off your phone. Take Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I promise you, you're not going to be missing out. But we have to do that as leaders because your team will do it. And your focus will be monumental next week. Write down the agents in your agency that you can really push. And tell them ahead of time, hey, next week, the weather's going to suck. There's going to be probably tornado warnings. It may be cold rain. There may be snow. Who knows? It's the beginning of April. You never know what's going to happen, but bad weather is going to happen. It's going to be windy. It's supposed to be hard. National championships to win, they're supposed to be hard. You're supposed to be wiped out at the end of the week. So just go ahead and tell your agents, you need to be wiped out. Like, you need to be absolutely gassed mentally, physically, and emotionally by the end of the week. You guys, weeks like this, we talk into existence. People will be writing 20,000, 30. People will be writing 50,000 this week. The question is, how long is it going to take you to get there? How long is it going to take you to hit your goal? How long is it going to take you to have your record-breaking week? And one key metric, especially for leaders, is we need to know to save time with buyers and saving time with non-buyers. We need to save time with buyers and save time with non-buyers. We need to spend time with people who are nodding their head yes. We can't waste any time on big weeks like this. People that have record-breaking weeks are highly efficient. No means next. Maybe means next. Quick no's, quick yeses. We're looking for aces this week. We're not wasting time trying to flip a potential buyer for an hour and a half. No means next. Okay. One thing, just knowing that we're going to be leading from the front, we're going to have people who are going to be writing 8,000 on premium in a day, who before this week, their best week ever was 7,000. So just knowing that, like, hey, you're going to have agents who have never ridden the Eagle before who are going to be doing that in a day this week. And just know that, be talking to your team about this, like, hey guys, we're going to have people that their best day is 4, 5, or 6,000. That'll be writing more than that in a day this week. So just be pumped up about it. Okay. This is where the magic happens, because we prepare for it the week ahead of time and then we execute it. We're going to be smiling with our eyes. We're going to be leading with our heart. We're going to be speaking life into people. And another thing to make sure your team gets really excited is you guys have at least one person on your team, have prizes for your team, have daily prizes the first half of the week. And guys, the prizes can be a gas card. Guys, I promise you, people will work really hard for 100. People will work way harder for $100 gas card than they will for a $100 bill. You're like, hey, which would you rather have, a $100 gas card or $100 bill? Right now, they're going to be more motivated by the gas card. Okay, so have little prizes like that. Whoever the first half of the week, have it on activity focused goals. Like, whoever works the most hours on Monday gets the $100 gas card. Who, in your agency, whoever does the most demos on Tuesday gets, AirPods, whatever it is. Whoever has the most, enrollment set on the spot on Wednesday gets, these Bose headphones, whatever it is, right? Whoever writes the most premium on Thursday gets a $100 gift card to Cheesecake Factory, whatever it is, right? So just have incentives for and they don't have to be $100. I was just kind of saying that, but having little prizes like that for your team, for your specific team, it's huge. And be promoting that, within your organizations on Voxer. I'm sure you guys all have your own little Voxer chat between you and your team or whatnot, but just really having those conversations. It gets fun, guys. It gets fun. Whoever works the latest tonight gets a prize. Apple pens, cool journal notebooks, chargers for iPads, solar chargers for your iPads, all the above, right? There's a lot of cool little prizes that you can think about to get ahead of time. And just note this, just have a goal for yourself for next week, for hours, demos, and premium, and for each person in your agency. Hours, demos, premium. Look and see what their best week ever in hours so far in their career, demos, and premium, and beat at least one of those three things. Like, hey, let's beat all three of these, but non-negotiable, we beat at least one of these three things. Hours, demos, premium. Okay, so there's a few things. Here's 10 extra action items to do, just getting prepared for a big week like PPW week, guys. Does this sound good so far, guys? Or is this some pretty good content so far?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
100%.
Woo! I love how you guys are all in the car. Man, already out there in the field. Let's go. I love seeing that. So here's 10 things, guys, and these are things that I usually send this in an email to my team before big weeks like this. But number one is just organize your names before the week starts. Most of us are doing home wars. But just organize your names ahead of time. Okay, go into Sales Rabbit, have your first 25 businesses, have all your referrals already written out on a sheet of paper or in Sales Rabbit, boom, 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 boom. Like, know that come Monday morning, you know exactly where you're going to start, and you should have enough names written down that it's going to take up your entire day, even into Tuesday. Like, there's no way you're going to see all the people that you need to see on Monday because you have too many people already put down in Sales Rabbit that you need to go see. So that is monumental for you and your team to organize your names. But that takes time this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Yes, it's way easier to go watch TV than it is to organize your names, but we have to do this. We got to sacrifice. That's number one. Number two, we must clear the decks with ourselves and with our family. Clear the decks. We got to first let ourselves know that we're going to be working a massive week next week. And then we got to let our wives know. We got to let our kids know, our husbands know. Next week, honestly, you won't see me from 7 to 7. I'm going to be gone probably from 7 to 9, to be honest, Monday through Friday. And I'll be working, most of the day on Saturday. Just let them know ahead of time that we're not doing any family dinners next week. We're not going to be taking the dog to the park at 5 p.m. like we usually do, whatever it is, right? Whatever things that usually do, like, hey, next week, it's 1 out of 2 weeks for the entire year that we're sacrificing, but it's okay. Number three, we're going to delete social media apps. I'm saying this twice because how important this is. Deleting social media. Guys, I will be deleting my social media this weekend for next week. Okay, monumental. Number four, the 5-minute rule. Just knowing that if we want our team to abide by the 5-minute rule, we need to abide by the 5-minute rule. I would highly recommend the first 3 days of next week, have somebody work with you, have somebody follow you, have an agent follow you, because that will hold you accountable to push yourself. Okay. My goal is to be working with a different person each day, have somebody different follow me every single day, because that way I can show off and they can see the best version of Kyle Schneider. Okay. Like, hey, I don't know how much we're going to sell today, but you're going to see high activity regardless. Okay. 5-minute rule. Number 5 is work hard for somebody else. Work hard for something or somebody else. Whatever it is, just, that could be a trip. That could be a donation. There can be a lot of things in there. But work hard for somebody else. Number 6 is crush your morning routine. Next week, on big weeks like this, we need to pop out of bed. Okay. We need to wake up at a very set time that's earlier than usual. We need to get rocking and grooving in the morning. We need to be out the door way before 7:30 a.m. every single day next week. Okay, so crush your morning routine. Number 7 is recharge your battery this weekend. And guys, recharging your battery, there's a lot of things in here. It's cleaning your car, cleaning your work car. That's huge. Get all your supplies in order before the week starts. Pack your lunches, meal prep this. And guys, that's going to take extra time this weekend to meal prep. Okay. Make sure you have your lunches packed and work out this weekend. Work out. That way you're going to be on fire come Monday morning. Whenever I work out a lot over the weekend, I go to the Monday morning meeting and I'm just like on laser focus. Okay. Eat healthy this weekend, work out, be in your prime fashion come Monday morning. Number 8 is make sure you get all your goals for yourself and your team before next week starts. So don't be calling them, hey, Monday, hey, what's your goal for this week? Man, you're way behind the game. That is all done this week. What's your goal for next week? What are you going to do? What are you working for? Your best in hours so far is 57. Best in demos is 39. Best in premium is 11,000. What are you going to do next week? What's your goals? You're going to make that happen. And write a pre-goal this week and get your team to write pre-goals before the week starts and have their goals ready. Number 9 is just read Eagles this week and next week. Read Eagles. We ourselves need to keep reading Eagles.
Hey, Kyle,
and number 10.
Everybody to read Kyle Schneider, 16th Eagle. Look it up. Read it on Sunday. It helped me have my best day and week of my career. There's lots of golden nuggets in his 16th Eagle, and I'm sure many others. I haven't even read all of his yet. He's got so many, but 16th especially. Look it up, read it, find it. Treat yourself.
How you gonna find your 16th Eagle? Kyle, send that to us, bro.
Dude, I honestly don't even think I have that in my office. I'm like, what is my 16th Eagle? What is that? I honestly can't remember what that one is. So thank you.
I got it in my photos. I'll text it to you, PJ.
Yeah, thank you.
Josiah, can you send it to me too, please?
Yeah, I'll send it to Kyle. I'll text it to you. You can text it to everybody on your team and all that good stuff.
Josie, just put it in our leadership chat.
Yeah.
So all the leaders have it.
Yeah, I got you.
Please. We can make sure it gets to our teams.
And number 10, thank you, Josiah, for that. And the last but not least is be the best version of yourself all week long. Not just one day, not just 2 days, but be the best version of yourself all week long. Run through the finish line next week. Because, guys, some of us will have a rock solid start. Like, there's going to be half of this call right here will have eagled out by the end of the day on Wednesday. So half of us will be seeing at over 10,000 by Wednesday. And it's really frustrating, whenever I see that, and then that person finishes with 10 or 11,000 with what they were on, because that just lets me know that they coasted Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Guys, this is a national championship. This is a 4-quarter game. We need to be present for the entire week, and your team know that you're present for the entire week. Okay, so be the best version of yourself. There's no shortcuts, guys. We're going to be absolutely wiped out come Saturday night, and it's going to be freaking awesome, right? Just we get back on your couch Saturday night. You have a nice cold beer in your hand, and you know that you just did your absolute best, regardless. Even if you didn't even have an awesome sales week yourself, but you just did your absolute best. But the thing is, guys, we're all skilled enough that if we just do our absolute best, we're all going to have good weeks, right? We're all going to have good weeks, and your team is going to love it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so yep, guys, that was it. That was it on how to have yourself a great Traymore, mentally, physically, and emotionally prepared, and how to get your team prepared for a big week. And hopefully you guys got some good teaching content from that. And everything I just spoke on, I've copied from other people. I've had a lot of people on the vision team talk about how to get prepared for a Traymore. We had Mitch McKinney talk a couple months ago, and I took a lot of content from that. We had Justin Ellington speak a few months back, pulled some content from that. So this is all just recycled material that I've learned from other folks. So yeah, guys, well, let's go have a